In the bitter autumn of 1876, Blackthorn, Nevada, a raw mining town of 412 souls, had never imagined a woman lawyer. Justice here was a brawl or a bullet, not a courtroom plea. When Eliza Harper stepped off the rattling stagecoach, clutching a battered leather briefcase and a forged clerk's license, she hid her truth carefully. Beneath her modest gray skirt and bonnet lay a Yale law degree, earned against a world that barred women from law, and a secret that could either bring order to Blackthorn's chaos or bury her in its dust. This silver-rich town thrived on greed, with claim disputes and saloon fights ruling the day. Eliza's arrival sparked whispers that would soon erupt into a storm, testing her courage in ways Yale never prepared her for. Tell us where you're tuning in from, and if this tale of defiance grabs you, hit subscribe. Wait till the end to see if Eliza's gamble saves a town or dooms her forever. The late afternoon sun scorched Blackthorn's dusty main street as Eliza adjusted her bonnet, shielding her eyes from the glare. The stagecoach rumbled away, leaving her before a row of weathered buildings, the rusty Spur Saloon, Henderson's General Store, and a jail with bars rusted from neglect. Miners in dust-caked boots stared, their murmurs sharp with suspicion. Blackthorn pulsed with silver, but its soul was lawlessness. Disputes settled with knives, a sheriff who ruled by fear. Eliza's briefcase hid her diploma, a dangerous secret buried beneath legal notes. She'd fled East Coast prejudice to practice law where justice was desperate, but Blackthorn's rough edges demanded more than her Yale training. "You the new clerk?" growled Amos Kane, a barrel-chested sheriff in his 40s, his badge glinting on a sweat-stained vest. His squinting eyes tested her, his handshake firm, probing her resolve. "Eliza Harper," she replied, meeting his gaze with practiced calm. "Here for Judge Carver." The lie was smooth, she'd never clerked, her training was in arguments, contracts, legal battles. But a woman lawyer here was unthinkable, so she'd play clerk while seeking justice. Amos led her to the courthouse, a sagging shack where Judge Carver, a wiry drunk with trembling hands, waited. "Miss Harper, you're late," Carver slurred, barely glancing at her forged license. "Murder trial tomorrow." "Keep up." Eliza nodded, noting his whiskey-red eyes. The case, a miner accused of killing his partner over a claim, was flimsy, witnesses unreliable, yet the town demanded a hanging. She saw her chance to nudge justice, but one slip could expose her. That night, in her dim boarding house room, she pored over case law by lamplight, Yale whispering arguments no clerk should know. Blackthorn streets echoed with saloon laughter and gunfire, a stark reminder of the stakes. The trial packed the courthouse with miners, merchants, and drifters, all craving blood. Eliza sat beside Carver, her notes meticulous, suggestions veiled as questions to mask her skill. "Might we probe the witness's motive, Your Honor?" she'd murmur, steering Carver to spot prosecution flaws. The defendant, Caleb Reed, a scrawny miner, trembled as his fate hung on her hidden expertise. Her prompts led Carver to challenge the key witness, sowing jury doubt. When Caleb walked free, Blackthorn buzzed with talk of the sharp clerk, but suspicion grew. Amos's eyes followed her too closely. "You ain't just a clerk, are you?" Amos muttered one evening, his gaze narrowing. Eliza deflected with a smile, but his scrutiny was a threat. Her second week brought a land dispute between mining bosses Hiram Voss and Jacob Tanner, each with armed men ready to torch Blackthorn. Carver's drinking left him useless, so Eliza drafted a balanced settlement, her legal mind cloaked as clerical work. She pitched it as Carver's idea, he signed, oblivious. The bosses backed off, but Voss, a cold-eyed tycoon, studied her. "You think like a lawyer, Miss Harper," he said, his tone menacing. Her secret was fraying. Eliza confided in Rosa Morales, a saloon singer with sharp wits and town secrets. "You're dancing with danger, amiga," Rosa warned, her Spanish accent softening the truth. Eliza admitted her Yale degree, her forged license, her dream to practice openly. Rosa swore secrecy but urged caution. Blackthorn rewarded boldness but crushed outsiders. A stagecoach robbery killing 3 pushed Eliza to the edge. The accused, Tom Wiley, a drifter, swore innocence, but evidence damned him. With Carver too drunk to judge, Eliza faced a choice: let an unjust hanging proceed or reveal her training. She chose to act, stepping into court with fire. "I move to dismiss," Eliza declared, citing precedents no clerk should know. Her arguments shredded the prosecution, exposing planted evidence. Tom walked, but her deception unraveled. Voss cornered her after. "Yale, a woman lawyer?" His smile was venom. "Cross me again, and your diploma goes to the governor. Exposure meant arrest or worse in a town where power ruled. Yet Blackthorn rallied. Rosa spread word of Eliza's wins, and miners like Caleb vowed to protect her. When Voss pushed the council to probe her credentials, Carver, sobered by her skill, defended her. "Best clerk I got," he mumbled, shielding her. A smallpox outbreak in a nearby camp tested Eliza further. With no doctor, panic gripped Blackthorn. Using public health law, she set up quarantines and supply runs, saving dozens. Even Amos softened, seeing her as vital. But Voss's threat lingered. Eliza challenged him in court over a fraudulent claim, her legal prowess exposing his corruption. The trial drew crowds, cheering as she dismantled Voss's empire. The verdict favored justice, but Voss hissed, "This ain't over." Winter brought James Holt, a territorial investigator sent by the governor. Her secret was out, but her worth shone. Stay tuned to see if Eliza's courage wins her a place or banishes her. Holt's probe dragged on, grilling miners, merchants, and Rosa, who spoke fiercely. "She's our advocate, Senor," Rosa said. "Gave us justice when none came." Caleb credited her for his freedom. Carver admitted she carried the court. Holt, unmoved, cited law. "Practicing without a license is a crime." Eliza countered with territorial codes allowing emergency practice, her Yale training evident. The town packed the courthouse for Holt's final hearing, demanding she stay. A mining collapse trapped 6 men, and Voss spread lies that Eliza's meddling caused it. She fought back, drafting legal orders for rescue funds, saving the men. Voss's lies crumbled, but Holt's verdict loomed. At the hearing, Holt conceded her actions served a desperate town. "Frontier law allows flexibility," he said, granting a provisional license under Carver's oversight, pending exams. Blackthorn celebrated, but Eliza knew Voss's Denver allies could strike. Spring saw her courthouse sign read, "Eliza Harper, attorney at law." A new threat loomed, a rival town's lawyer gunning for her. She stood ready, no longer hiding. A territorial election fraud case, tied to Voss, pulled her into a legal storm. Filing a challenge risked everything. Voss's men watched her. Stay tuned to see if Eliza's next fight reshapes Nevada's courts. Eliza uncovered forged ballots, her legal mind tracing a conspiracy to Denver's elite. The hearing, in Blackthorn's packed courthouse, drew territorial officials. Her arguments exposed Voss's scheme, her Yale precision cutting through lies. The crowd roared as the case collapsed Voss's influence, but a late-night attack on her boarding house, Voss's men with torches, forced her to flee to Rosa's saloon. Blackthorn's people formed a guard, vowing to protect their lawyer. The territorial board nullified the election, ordering a new vote. Eliza's victory cemented her as Blackthorn's advocate, but Voss vanished, plotting revenge. Subscribe to see how Eliza faces his final strike. As summer bloomed, Eliza studied for her licensing exams, handling cases from nearby camps. Her reputation grew, drawing women across Nevada seeking her counsel, inspired by her defiance. A letter from Denver hinted at a new investigator, tied to Voss, challenging her license. She prepared, no longer the clerk hiding her Yale degree but a frontier legend. Yet whispers of a bigger fight, a territorial law barring women from practicing, threatened her. Rosa rallied the town, and Caleb led miners to petition the governor. The final hearing loomed, where Eliza would face Voss's last ally, a lawyer bent on her ruin. Subscribe to see if Eliza's courage topples the last barrier or costs her everything.